my goodness. Hello, everybody. Hey, hey, hey. We are back. We are back, guys. Let me share the lights. You're getting here. How you guys doing? How are you guys doing? Welcome to my live. My name is Hannah T. Wamola. We are back to business idea. Wherever you may be watching me from, greetings to you all. So we are back to business idea, guys. Yeah, come on. So, guys, when you book with me, since we're here talking about business idea, I thought I put this out there. Okay? When you book with me and you don't show, the next time gonna be a deposit. Okay? Me, I don't play with where my eating pen is coming from. I don't play with where my eating pen is coming from. Nothing personal. Don't say anything personal. It's business. So when you book an appointment and you don't show, the next time is going to be $50 deposit. Okay? That $50 deposit, you're not losing it. Once you show up, you're not losing anything down here. It's going to be deducted from the amount you're supposed to pay. For example, let's say the brace is $250. I'm giving you an example. Let's say the brace is $250 or $180. And $250, you do a $50 deposit. When you show up, the balance is going to be $200. That's it. But once you miss an appointment, you cannot book with me again because you are preventing other people from booking. And we don't do that over here. Me, I take my work serious. I take my work serious. The same thing when I used to be out in them fields, working, doing home help, from one job to the next job, from one job to the next job. Even when I was a student, I take my stuff serious. I don't play with anything down here. So if you think you're going to come play with all my eating pen is coming from my dear, that one, it be la lie. It be la lie though. So you come out with it now. Come out with it though. If you can't come out with that $50 deposit, go someplace else and go book. This is my job. I don't take my work. I don't play with my work. Because now these days things are high. People got to eat. Money hard to find them. People got to eat. So I'm not going to let you. I'm not going to. You're going to come call me or text me and say, oh, hello, put me down. Put me down for a Friday. Then I'll put you down. The nice as I am, I put you down, expecting for you to do your part, which is showing up. You don't show, you don't call, you don't show. Then next time you call, my dear, you're going to come out of pocket with that. You don't like them, you can go there. If you don't like it, you can go to the next person. I'm not the only brother here in Houston. Okay, we got lots of brothers. Do your own research. You don't have to believe anything that comes out of their mouth of mine. Do your own research, and you will see what I'm talking about. There are lots of brothers, my dear. A lot of brothers. They always say the Lord shall provide. The Lord shall provide. So whenever you don't show up, it's fine. It's cool. But just know that next time you come, you look. Oh, my calendar is on the phone down here. But let me show you the other one on the phone. You ain't going to be on that calendar. You're going to be nowhere to be found on that calendar. Because I can't depend on you. I can't trust you. For example, I put down 5 people and hoping they're going to come. Then you can't chakla, preventing other people from entering. We don't do that over here. We don't do that over here. We don't do that over here. Canada. You before I can put you down here, you have to come on with it. You got to come on with it. So you don't want to make in the appointment. You should know what time is best for you and what date is best for you. Anything can pop up, it's okay. You can, once the trust is broken, guys, it cannot be found. That's who I am. When I trust you to come up with something or to do something, then you don't come right on top, guess what? The trust has been broken. I can't trust you no more. That's how it is over here. That's how it is over here. So I'm begging you, don't take anything serious. It's business. It's business we're talking about. So don't you ever take anything personal. It's business. I gotta eat. I gotta eat. Papa say you don't work, you don't eat. I gotta eat. You hear me? That ain't there, my people. How you guys doing? Let me share the live. Let me share the live. I beg you, don't do anything personal on my face. Facebook, my life is not about bullying, hate, and all that stuff. I'm not a teacher though. I'm here creating content at the end of the day. Please do your own research and you'll be glad you did. Alright? So, I waited for a while. Story time is over with. Let me share this live. You know, when I come on here, I'm not a type that do too much talking unless if I'm upset. But I don't do, hello, Mohammed, hello, welcome to my live, my dear. But I don't do all that talking. Unless if I'm upset. That's where you're going to see me going, which I'm not. You don't see me? I'm calm. My body is calm. I'm not upset here on here. All I'm saying is, I don't play with where my eating pain is coming from. Because some of us, we're not lie on welfare. I'm not on welfare. If I would have applied for welfare today, they would deny me a million times. They would say, you are unqualified. That's how they're going to tell me. They say today, you are unqualified for welfare. So I'm not on welfare down here. You see this hand down here? I got 5 fingers. God has given me 5 fingers to put them to work. So I can be what to eat them. I can be what to eat something for the day. So down here, no. No ma'am, no sir. We don't play with anything. We don't play with anything down here. So when you're bugging with me, guys, be very serious. Be very serious. Because once you miss an error, you cannot be trusted. So I'm begging you, don't take anything personal on my page. You know, majority of my clients, I never block anybody. Ever. When you call me, whenever you do call me, I'll put you down and I save your information in my phone. So when you're calling again, I know exactly who I'm talking about. The serious people versus the non-serious people. Non-serious people, you coming out of pocket with deposit. You coming out of pocket with deposit. Because I'm gonna stop you right there for playing with my business. Because my business cannot be played with. I got to eat. The same way when you go to your job down there to go work. Do you play with your job? No. The same thing here. I don't play with my job. Anyway, guys, let me share the live. And then we're going to be talking about today about Liberia and the gold that over there, how the country has developed. You're going to see everything, guys. You're going to see everything. You're going to see everything. So let me share it real quick. Too bad I can't share it on this page down here, but I will share it on my other page. So let me share it live on my other page. How you guys doing? All right. So we're going to share this. We're going to share it real quick. Guys, I thank each and every one of y'all for commenting and sharing my post. I sure do appreciate it. Without y'all, that page won't be growing. Though. I know it's new, but we're getting there small now. We are getting there small. So, that is there. So, let's go ahead and get to business idea, guys. Let's go right into it. My laptop is fully charged, so I don't have to worry about anything down here. That's it. Look, that's the best part. Phone is charged and laptop is charged. Hopefully that phone is charged. I'm positive it's charged. So, Let's go here. Restore. Yeah. When you're doing business, you have to take your business serious. If not, you'll be out of a business. People that are coming and they're telling you, "Oh, I only got $100." When you go to them store to go buy groceries, do you tell them people, "Oh, I got $100 for a flight, a 7-inch flat screen TV"? They're gonna look at you like you're crazy. It's all about respect. Hmm? You value me, I value you. Hmm? Don't you come? Don't come over here talking about I can do hair for white bread. I'd rather don't have no money than to be spending. Do you know how long bread takes? How long it takes to do braids? It takes a long time, depending on the size of the length. Hmm? I'm there braiding all day long. I ain't sat down though. The things that we call food, I haven't even ate. I'm there braiding all day long. Then you can't tell me, "Oh, I only got $100. I only got $100. Not here, my dear. Not here, ever. It will never be here. If I ain't got it, it's okay. God will send me somebody else. Hmm? God always provide. Now that's a known fact. I'd rather don't have it than to be working for free. There's nobody working down here for free though. Nobody ever working down here for free. So just get your stuff together. When I'm back in Africa though, wear a cheap to braid hair. This is United States of America. Hmm? Everything is high. This is not Africa. Africa, they give you $50 for hair will be long all the way down to your knee. You give them $50, they're happy. Not here though. The expensive over here is too high. Everything is high. Eh? Anyway, guys, that's it. Okay, so hey, papa. I thought I had said the thing. Hey. Hold on. Yeah, that ain't here. Oh yeah, there we go. That's video 2. There we go. It's at the bottom. Okay, so what is 1? 1 is I had saved a couple of them. We already watched that one. Okay, I got 1, 2, 3. All right. So we're gonna watch the one about Liberia, guys. We're gonna watch the one about Liberia. How the country has developed, and it still is. It's still developing. So we praise God for that. Anywho, let's go right into it. Video number 1, we'll do that. Let's jump right into it. So. Again.
Ever tried driving on a road that doubles as a swimming pool, where the potholes are deep enough to swallow a small car? For years, that was the grim reality for many in Liberia. One decent rain, just one tropical downpour, and the main highways would simply surrender, transforming into impassable rivers of mud and frustration. Streetlights? Those were a luxury, an optional extra that most of the country went without. This meant that when night fell, it fell with an unnerving finality. The darkness was absolute, a pitch-black curtain that stifled commerce, community, and a sense of safety. Travel was a gamble, business was a struggle, and progress felt like a distant dream. Fast forward to today, to 2025, and the landscape is undergoing a seismic shift. In some parts of the country, the rhythmic churn of concrete mixers has become a more common sound than the bleating of goats. The air, once thick with dust or damp from stagnant water, now carries the sharp, promising scent of fresh asphalt. Out in places like River Gee, children aren't just learning to read, They're bragging about the number of solar panels their village has, pointing to
Oh.
the silent, gleaming rectangles that power their homes and clinics. The narrative is changing, project by project, road by road.
In Boajique, when I was growing up, we didn't have lights, but now they have lights down there, so that's
And
awesome.
the terror of Ebola is now engineering one of the most remarkable turnarounds on the continent. It's a story of resilience written in concrete, steel, and fiber optics. Forget the old headlines. Liberia is flipping the script faster than you can spell Monrovia. Ready to see it for yourself?
Santon,
Let's hit the
welcome
road.
to my life, my dear.
Our journey
My people just share the live without the screen, my begging you, so other people can join.
stretch from Gabara to Salea. For anyone who had to travel it, this route was infamous. 81 kilometers that felt like 1,000. The road surface
Liberia
was
has
brutal
come
mosaic
a
of
long
craters and
way.
gullies. A teeth-rattling, suspension-shattering ordeal that could take a grueling 3 hours on a good day and far longer on a bad one. Every trip was a calculated risk, a battle against the terrain that wore down vehicles and spirits in equal measure. But that's the old story. Today, that same 81-kilometer stretch is a ribbon of brand new jet black asphalt. It was a project delivered with stunning efficiency, completed a full 6 months ahead of schedule. Now, that 3-hour ordeal has melted away into a smooth, effortless 55-minute drive. You can set the cruise control, enjoy the scenery, and arrive at your destination refreshed,
Wow.
not wrecked. The impact of this single road is a perfect microcosm of Liberia's larger transformation. Consider the cocoa farmers, the lifeblood of this region's economy. Before, getting their precious beans to the Salea market was a logistical nightmare.
There's another one
They
to
would
watch.
lose a
It's
portion
about
of their
gold.
harvest to spoilage on delayed trucks, and what did arrive was often damaged from the violent journey. The transport costs were exorbitant, eating deep into their already thin profit margins. Today, those same farmers are, as the script says, laughing all the way to the market. The smooth, fast road means their product arrives quickly and in pristine condition. Their transport costs have plummeted. The result, they're earning a staggering 38% more cash per bag. That
Wow.
isn't just a statistic, it's a revolution in their household income. It's the difference between scraping by and saving for the future. It's the ability to afford better tools, better healthcare, and a better education for their children, all because the road no longer eats their tires and their profits. From there, we can pan out to an even larger artery of commerce and life, the mighty Monrovia-Ganta corridor. This 180-kilometer lifeline is the economic spine connecting the bustling capital to the country's interior. For decades, it was a symbol of neglect, a journey that could consume 6 agonizing hours. But after a comprehensive resurfacing, that travel time has been sliced in half. A 6-hour trek is now a predictable 3-hour drive. Think about what that means for the flow of goods, services, and people. Roadside vendors, who rely on passing traffic for their livelihood, will tell you their foot traffic has practically doubled overnight. The plantain chips, the grilled corn, the
Plantain
fresh fruit,
chips.
it's all selling like never before. An economy that once moved at a crawl is now cruising, and the dividends are being felt
Excuse
in
me.
every market stall and small business along the way. But progress isn't just about the grand highways. It's also about the intricate webs of community life within the capital itself.
Yeah.
Let's zoom into Monrovia, into neighborhoods like Claratown and Slipway. These were the places your taxi driver dreaded.
Wow.
Areas
Guys,
where
this
so-called
is Liberia.
were more like obstacle courses. For residents, this meant isolation. For emergency services, it meant life-threatening delays. Now, 51 critical kilometers of these vital local roads have been paved. They are smooth, reliable, and open. This isn't just a matter of convenience. It's a matter of life and death. Ambulances can now navigate these communities with speed and precision, shaving precious minutes off their response times. And in a medical emergency, when minutes are the stark difference between a baby being born safely in a hospital versus in a hallway, or a patient surviving a heart attack, that smooth pavement becomes the most important infrastructure of all. And for the grand entrance, the first and last impression for any international
Eh?
visitor, there's the Roberts
Wow.
International Airport Highway. This is not just a road, it's a statement. A 68-kilometer, 4-lane expressway lined with modern, energy-efficient LED lights.
Hey,
This is like
Liberia turning into America. You see them yellow buses?
The first section is slated to open in late
You see them yellow
2025,
buses?
and once the entire project is complete,
The viral
That's
daily
awesome,
meat
guys.
sticks are on sale
Wonderful.
for up to 20% off. These are the most delicious meat sticks on the market. There are tons of flavors.
the journey from downtown Monrovia to the airport's boarding gate will plummet from a frustrating, traffic-snarled 90 minutes to a swift 25. The ripple effects are already being felt. Airlines, seeing a country that is serious about connectivity, are already jostling for extra landing slots. It turns out the old adage is true. If you build a world-class road to your airport, people will actually come and use it. This highway is more than asphalt. It's a welcome mat for investment, tourism, and a new era of global connection. From the roads that connect the nation internally, we swing down to the coast, to the ports that connect Liberia to the world. The port of Monrovia, the country's primary maritime gateway, has just undergone a massive $120 million blow-up. This wasn't just a coat of paint and some minor repairs. This was a fundamental re-engineering of its capacity and efficiency.
Now,
The
wow.
project delivered 2 brand new berths,
Wow,
allowing
wow.
more ships to dock simultaneously. The draft has been deepened, welcoming larger, more modern vessels that previously had to pass Liberia by. Most critically, a state-of-the-art digital tracking system has been implemented, replacing archaic paper shuffling processes. Now, you can actually track your container in real time, eliminating guesswork and uncertainty. The result of this investment in efficiency is staggering. The average dwell time for a container, the time it sits in port waiting to be moved, has been slashed from a sluggish 14 days down to just 6. This incredible boost in efficiency is projected to pull in an extra $200 million in transshipment revenue every single year. That's money that flows directly into the national economy.
I'm begging you, my people, you hold on to all the good news, so don't let it slip your fingers.
Travel 120 kilometers southeast to the port of Buchanan. For a long time, this port was a sorrowful sight, a ghost town haunted by the memory of crashing iron ore prices. It stood as a monument to economic vulnerability. But now, the silence has been replaced by the roar of industry. Buchanan is back in
Very
business,
good for
and
you.
it's
I'm
bigger
glad.
and better than before. The port is now capable of loading million-ton Cape-size ships, the behemoths of maritime bulk cargo. In a landmark moment, global steel and mining giant ArcelorMittal shipped its first megaton of ore from the revitalized port in January 2025, signaling a powerful resurgence in Liberia's most vital industry. The comeback is felt most profoundly by the people who work there. The dockers, who once lived a precarious existence as day labor hustlers, never knowing where the next paycheck would come from, now hold permanent contracts. And with those contracts come benefits that were once unimaginable. Get this: health insurance. One worker, his face etched with a mixture of pride and relief, shared that his daughter's university tuition is now completely sorted, a generation's future secured by a parent's stable, dignified employment. If that isn't the definition of a comeback, what is? This renewal extends from the sea to the sky. Roberts International Airport's new terminal is an architectural marvel. It looks, as one observer put it, like a glass tsunami, a wave of curved, gleaming steel and glass that speaks of modernity and ambition. It's not just beautiful, it's twice as busy and twice as capable. The passenger capacity has just doubled to 750,000 people per year, creating a more pleasant and efficient experience for travelers. On the tarmac, the new cargo apron is vast enough to park 2 massive Boeing 747-8 freighters nose to nose. This isn't just about bragging rights. It's about transforming Liberia's export potential.
Our country is still developing.
It means that fresh mangoes from the fertile fields of Lofa County can be harvested, packed, loaded, and be on the shelves in a high-end
Now this is what we call
supermarket
mango.
in 48 hours. This opens up
You see
lucrative
the color?
markets for Liberian
That's what we
farmers,
call
the
mango.
national target for horticulture-related foreign exchange.
You better not tell you don't
$50
buy.
million a year, a goal that is now well within reach thanks to this gateway to the sky. And connecting the farms to the ports and airports are the
Wow.
rails. While 3 private lines are currently dedicated to hauling iron ore, the government is architecting a more inclusive future with the creation of an open access national rail authority. Picture it, a single, modernized track serving multiple purposes. In one direction, containers filled with processed rubber zip towards the port of Buchanan for export. In the other direction, on the very same line, farmers from the interior can ship their cassava and other produce to urban markets efficiently and affordably. It's a vision of integrated, shared infrastructure that maximizes value for everyone. Early estimates project this national rail system could be live by 2027 and could single-handedly slash inland haulage costs by a staggering 25%. Of course, none of this, not the ports, not the airports, not the businesses, can function without power. For
Affiliate Marketing 101.
Hey,
Find a
our
cultivate
country,
product, build a
our
funnel,
country
run
is coming up small.
But what if
I'm very delighted.
So I used to
For too long, Liberia existed in the dark. In 2020, only about a third of the population was connected to the electricity grid. The national goal is ambitious but achievable: 70% electrification by 2030. Progress is being made, megawatt by megawatt. The St. John River Extension Project in Nimba County just added 9.34 megawatt of crucial power to the grid. But the truly neat trick is the new interconnector that allows Liberia to swap power with its neighbor, Cote d'Ivoire. This is the West African Power Pool in action, not just in theory. During Liberia's dry months, it can import cheaper hydroelectric power. When the rains come and Nimba's hydro plant is producing a surplus, it can export that power back. It's a smart, symbiotic relationship that ensures a more stable and affordable energy supply year-round. And the energy revolution is happening off-grid too. In the remote counties of Riverview and Maryland, 2,600 solar home systems were installed last year alone. This is changing lives at the most fundamental level. Health centers that once had to deliver babies by the flickering, dangerous light of a candle now have bright, reliable electricity. This allows them to operate safely at any hour and, critically, to power the refrigerators that keep life-saving vaccines viable. The anecdotal evidence from midwives on the ground is powerful. They report that nighttime maternal deaths have been cut in half. A single heartbeat saved is a metric that beats any Excel spreadsheet, because concrete is great, but people always matter more. The new infrastructure is the skeleton, but the social programs are the heart and soul of this new Liberia. After the Ebola crisis gutted the nation's health system, a new army has been mobilized, an army of healers. Today, 5,500 dedicated community health workers fan out across all 15 counties. They are equipped with motorcycles to navigate the newly improved roads, stipends to support their families, test kits to diagnose illnesses on the spot, and most importantly, the respect of their communities. Their work is having a measurable impact. Child malaria deaths, long a scourge in the region, dropped by a remarkable 18% just last year. In the classrooms, a similar revolution is underway. Brad's Joyful Learning centers are reaching 40,000 children who had previously been left out of the formal education system. Their approach is innovative and humane, using songs, chalk art, and positive reinforcement with a strict zero caning policy to make learning engaging. The results speak for themselves. In just 2 rounds, the completion rate for these students has jumped from 42% to an impressive 68%. And for adolescent girls, who often face the steepest climb, the AIM program is providing a ladder. It has handed seed cash and essential business training to 12,000 young women, empowering them to become architects of their own prosperity. The story of Fatu, a 19-year-old participant, is a testament to the program's power. She started with just $150 in seed money. Today, she runs a thriving 3-acre cassava farm and employs 7 of her neighbors. Now, multiply that story by thousands. It's not just individual success, it's an economic chain reaction, a grassroots movement of female entrepreneurs building a more prosperous and equitable future. Looking ahead, the vision gets even bolder. In early 2026, ground will break on a new 4,000 hectare agro-industrial zone in Buchanan. This is where all the pieces of the puzzle come together. The zone is strategically located right next to the revitalized port, the new rail lines, and the growing power grid. Investors are already lining up with plans for cocoa butter processing plants, palm oil refineries, and dried fruit production facilities. The economic logic is simple but powerful. Every ton of produce that is processed locally, rather than being exported raw, adds 4 times the value to the Liberian economy. The jobs target for this zone alone is 25,000 by 2032. Meanwhile, along the newly paved Ken George Janet Brown Road, warehouse receipt silos are being built. These facilities allow small farmers to store their crops safely, use their stored harvest as collateral to borrow cash for the next planting season, and wait to sell when market prices spike. It means less spoilage, more financial leverage, and fewer predatory middlemen.
I didn't know this option was available until my neighbor
Our
Janet
country has come a long way,
She
guys.
qualified for a prepaid grocery card through
Our
It's
country
simple
has
math
come a
that leads to
long
a
way,
huge
and I'm
payoff
very
for the growing
glad.
poor. There is so much more
It's
still in the
developing.
pipeline. Phase 2 of the RIA Highway will add 6 flyovers and full lighting, with completion set for 2027. A massive $300 million dry port is planned for Ganta, strategically positioned to become a logistics hub for 3 nations. An 80-megawatt add-on to the Mount Coffee hydro plant is scheduled for tender in 2026, bringing even more power online. And perhaps most transformatively, a nationwide fiber-to-home internet project, fed by a new undersea cable landing at Robertsport, aims to bring 100 Mbps download speeds to homes and businesses by 2028. This will sling call center jobs into fishing villages and connect Liberian innovators to the global digital economy. And the capstone project, the one that embodies the spirit of connection, is the 1.2-kilometer bridge that will span the river to Cote d'Ivoire. Funding is expected to
Once
close
you
in
buy a
December
land,
2025.
you can. There are a whole lot of stuff you can accomplish. You can plant to be able to harvest and turn into sale.
Trade, tourism, and daily human interaction. So yes, the international headlines may still sometimes mumble the outdated phrase "fragile state," but on the ground, Liberia is far too busy for that talk. It's busy doing what rising, ambitious nations do best: pouring concrete, stringing wires, building bridges, and, above all, backing its own people. The Gabara-Salaya Road lifted thousands out of transport poverty. The new terminal at Roberts International is opening the door to the
Hey!
world. Next year,
The
fiber
airport,
optic
guys.
cable
That's the
landing
airport.
at Robertsport will unleash a wave of digital opportunity. And once
Mm-hmm.
that bridge to Cote d'Ivoire opens, the very idea
It will
of
be a
being
wrap.
landlocked or
It will be a
isolated in
wrap
some
right there. It's gonna be a
joke from the forgotten
wrap.
era.
Hmm?
Next time someone tells you that Liberia is stuck in the past, forward them this story. Tell them to grab a window seat on a flight to Roberts
And sit
International.
down.
New terminal, remember? And then drive into
Hmm?
Monrovia on what will be the best
Hey!
highway in West Africa. They won't land in a country that is waiting for the future to happen. They will land in a place that is
Wow.
grabbing shovels and mixing the cement right now. This is a nation under construction, building a stronger, brighter, and more connected tomorrow for all its people. The work is hard, the journey is long, but the direction is clear.
Mm.
Forward.
Bravo, bravo, bravo. Our country is getting someplace small. Bravo. Now that's, oh wow. That's amazing. That's what's up. Okay, so this one is about gold. Gold worth 13 trillion. Discovers in. Yeah, yeah, I pray and hope they don't play music.
Quietly emerged from the depths of the ocean. The gods
If they do, I will have to mute it. Oh, there we go. Thank God.
Imagine this. 3 million ounces of pure gold, shimmering just beneath the surface, buried under
This
the
is
rich
Liberia as
red
well.
dirt of Liberia's remote southeast.
This is Liberia.
That's
Y'all
enough
hold on
gold
to them
to
good
wipe out
news,
the
though. Don't
nation's
let it slip
entire
your
geography.
fingers.
Or maybe, if you prefer,
Don't
nearly
let it slip your
2,000
fingers.
kilometers of brand new paved roads, finally connecting communities that have been isolated for generations. Or, for a more personal touch, it's enough to buy every single Liberian citizen a shiny new motorcycle. Sounds like a dream, doesn't it? What's truly wild is that until just over a decade ago, almost no one believed this kind of treasure was even there.
That's our past, so
Liberia,
that's our
a
past.
country often overlooked
We're not doing it in the past
grand
no more.
scheme
We are
of
in the
global
present,
resource
the
wealth,
future.
was about to
We are
unveil
in
a
the
secret
future.
that could rewrite its future. For generations, local fishermen casting their nets along the winding Dugby River had a little secret. They'd rinse gravel in their weathered palms, watching tiny iridescent flecks catch the sunlight. They laugh in the sun, they'd say, a quiet, almost mythical description of the gold dust they
When we were
occasionally
growing up, my
found.
brother used to dig
But
gold.
outside of these local whispers, the idea of significant gold in Liberia was largely dismissed. Geologists, flying home from more established mining hubs like Ghana, would often chuckle at the tales. For a long time, Liberia had been considered a geological afterthought, a bit player compared to the diamond rushes of Kimberley or the gold belts of West Africa's other nations. It simply wasn't on the serious exploration map. Then something shifted. In 2009, a small, intrepid Canadian junior mining company called Hummingbird Resources decided to take a punt. They weren't swayed by the prevailing skepticism. Instead, they looked at faded, almost forgotten government maps from the 1960s, old geological surveys that most people had probably tossed aside. On one of these, they spotted a shear zone, a fracture in the Earth's crust that looked to their trained eyes like a crack in a dinner plate. It was a subtle sign, but enough to spark a flicker of hope. Taking a leap of faith, they helicoptered in a drill rig, one so light it weighed less than a pickup truck, into the dense, humid jungle. It was a gamble, a shot in the dark. They spun the first hole, and what they found was nothing short of astonishing. 34 meters, grading at 3.2 grams per ton. That one intercept, that single core sample, was so rich, so promising, it effectively paid for the entire initial exploration program, even before they fully unpacked all their equipment. It was the first undeniable proof that the fishermen's whispers weren't just folklore. They were a geological prophecy. This wasn't just a whisper anymore. It was a shout. That initial discovery was just the beginning. By 2011, persistent drilling and careful analysis had outlined not one, but two significant deposits, christened Dugby F and Tucson, together boasting more than 2 million
We have
ounces of
talked
gold.
about deposit
And the
earlier.
good news kept coming. A
My
revised
dear.
feasibility study in 2022 pushed that total past an incredible 3.3 million ounces. Let's put that into perspective. At today's gold price, which has been remarkably strong, that's north of 6 billion US dollars in gross metal value. To give you an idea of the sheer scale,
Everybody
that's
out here
roughly
looking for
a
money.
fifth of
Everybody
Liberia's
out here
entire GDP
looking for a way
in
to
a single
sustain
deposit.
themselves. They want to come play
This
with somebody
isn't
else's
just a
guy.
big find. It's a game changer.
Mm-hmm.
The ore body itself is long enough to stretch across Monrovia's International Airport runway, with tips still dangling into the Atlantic Ocean. Now, you might hear that the average grade is 1.5 grams per ton, and think,
That's a lot of
that's a
gold.
bit skinny by South African standards.
A
And
whole
you'd be
lot.
right if you were comparing it to the ultra-deep, high-grade veins of the Witwatersrand Ramp. But here's the clever bit. The ore at Dugby is soft, it's oxidized, and crucially, it's within 150 meters of the surface. What does that mean in mining terms? It means you won't need expensive, high-energy blasting to get to it. You could practically shovel it out of the ground, making the extraction process significantly cheaper and less complex. Then there's the strip ratio, which is a lazy 1.8 to 1. For those not fluent in mining parlance, that's almost cheating. A strip ratio tells you how much waste rock you have to move for every unit of ore. A low number like 1.8 means you're digging up very little waste to get to your valuable gold, which drastically reduces costs and environmental impact. These aren't just abstract numbers. They represent a rare combination of geological fortune and economic viability that makes the Dug Bay project truly exceptional. When those first drill bits started turning, Liberia was just beginning to claw its way back from an unimaginable nightmare. 14 years of brutal civil conflict. The country was, quite literally, on its knees. Infrastructure wasn't just poor, it was largely a rumor. There was no power grid outside the capital, Monrovia, which itself struggled with unreliable electricity. Paved roads to the southeast, where the gold lay, were non-existent, making transportation a Herculean task. Even the port, essential for exporting any future concentrate, was barely capable of handling cargo, and only if you squinted hard and hoped for the best. Yet, amidst this daunting landscape, the Liberian government understood one critical truth. Mineral revenue offered the fastest, most direct route to solvency, to rebuilding their shattered nation. They needed to attract foreign investment, but they also needed to ensure that this time the country truly benefited. So,
And don't let it slip your fingers.
a landmark agreement designed to protect Liberia's interests. The state secured a 10% free carried stake in the project, meaning they owned 10% without having to pay any of the development costs, a truly significant benefit. On top of that, they negotiated a 3% royalty on all gold produced and a 25% tax on profits. In exchange for this, Hummingbird was granted a 30-year mining license and a crucial promise that their vital equipment and supplies wouldn't get lost in the labyrinthine bureaucracy of customs. Both sides shook hands on this ambitious partnership, then immediately faced their next monumental challenge: finding someone, anyone, to build a 650-kilometer haul road through untouched jungle. This wasn't just about mining. It was about laying the very foundations for national recovery.
If you've got cayenne pepper, pink salt, apple cider vinegar, and baking soda in your kitchen, and you're not using this recipe,
Hummingbird Resources, being listed on the London Stock Exchange, was great at raising what's called 5-year money, capital for exploration and initial development. But to build a mine the size of Dug Bay, you need 15-year money, the kind of long-term, patient capital that can withstand the ups and downs of a multi-year construction project. They needed a partner, someone with significantly deeper pockets, and crucially, a higher appetite for risk. Especially in a frontier market like Liberia. That's where Pasofino Gold came in. Listed in Toronto, Pasofino had cut its teeth in places like the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, a region where mining isn't for the faint of heart. They knew how to pour concrete and build mines where the map might otherwise simply say, "Here be dragons." They understood the complexities of operating in challenging environments, navigating logistics, and working with local communities. In late 2022, Pasofino made its move, buying the remainder of the project from Hummingbird for a combination of shares and cash, taking 100% control and putting them firmly in the driver's seat. Initially, the market, ever fickle, barely registered the news. Gold equities were out of fashion. Investors were looking elsewhere, and Pasofino's ticker barely twitched. It seemed like just another junior miner making a deal. But then, something happened that no one quite predicted. Bullion, the price of physical gold, ripped past $3,000 an ounce. Suddenly, the market woke up. Pasofino's stock, almost as if on cue, promptly doubled. The timing was impeccable, and it transformed what was already a solid project into an absolute powerhouse, attracting renewed attention and investor confidence. Pasofino was now positioned to capitalize on a surging gold market, turning their bold acquisition into a truly golden opportunity. So you found all this gold, you've got the permits, you've got the financing. But how exactly do you get it out of the ground in a place like Liberia? Picture a giant sandbox, a truly massive one, perhaps the size of Manhattan. But instead of skyscrapers, it's covered in dense jungle. First, you delicately scrape off the jungle itself. But this isn't just clearing, it's an opportunity. The valuable hardwood logs are harvested and sold, providing a welcome stream of extra credit that can actually help pay for things like the camp kitchens, feeding hundreds of workers. It's a smart way to offset initial costs and utilize resources responsibly. Next, you begin to dig a shallow open pit, working in methodical strips. Each bench or step in the pit will be about 5 meters high. Trucks, like giant mechanical ants, will trundle back and forth, hauling the ore to a massive crusher that hums tirelessly at 1,200 tons per hour. This machine chews up the rock, reducing it to a fine gravel. From there, the gravel goes into giant mills, where it's ground down even further into a fine dust, almost like flour. This dust is then mixed with water and a carefully controlled dilute solution of cyanide. Now, before you panic about cyanide, understand that in modern gold mining, it's used in very low concentrations and under strict environmental controls. The cyanide acts as a solvent, dissolving the microscopic gold particles. The gold then hitches a ride onto activated carbon, which has a natural affinity for gold. Once the carbon is loaded with gold, it's treated with a hot caustic solution to elute or strip the gold off. Then, using zinc dust, the gold is precipitated out of the solution. This creates a crude gold-silver alloy known as doré bars, typically around 80% pure. These doré bars aren't quite ready for your jewelry box. They're flown to specialized refineries in places like Switzerland, where they undergo further processing to achieve the ultra-high purity required for global markets. And what about the waste? The tailings, the remaining rock and water mixture, don't just get dumped. They're carefully processed and then returned to the mined-out pits, which are subsequently revegetated and planted with crops like cassava. Why? Because no one, especially not a responsible mining company, wants to leave behind a permanent, barren moonscape. The goal is to minimize the long-term footprint and restore the land as much as possible. Building a modern mine in a place like southeastern Liberia isn't just about digging for gold. It's about building an entire industrial ecosystem from scratch.
They're
And
doing
that
it all
comes
at
with a
once.
whole host of
I know that,
logistical
right?
headaches. For example, at full tilt, the Dutch
There's only one meat stick I trust for my family, and it's the
They are
one
doing
we
it all
make
at one time.
rather than chemically preserving the meat. We use both.
Rugby operation will sip a staggering 33 megawatts of electricity. To put that into perspective, Liberia's entire national grid currently produces a mere 126 megawatts. And a significant chunk of that is already promised to Firestone's massive rubber plantation. So, relying on the national grid simply isn't an option. The solution: the mine will have to build its own power plant, initially relying on heavy fuel generators. It's an expensive but necessary investment. The long-term plan, however, is to transition to cleaner, more sustainable hydropower, assuming the nearby St. John River Dam project ever gets the financing it needs. This highlights the interconnectedness of large-scale development and the ripple effect a project like Dugby can have on national infrastructure planning. Then, there's the issue of getting the gold concentrate to market. Concentrate trucks will eventually trundle down a freshly carved, purpose-built road, a significant undertaking in itself, to the port of Greenville. From there, a 120-meter barge will whisk the cargo to a mothership waiting offshore. Building this dedicated transport corridor alone adds an estimated $90 million to the capital expenditure. But here's where the benefits extend beyond just the mine. This new road isn't just for gold. It opens up the entire region for other economic activities, providing a vital lifeline for cocoa and palm oil farmers who currently have to haul their heavy sacks on head-borne bamboo poles, often for days. This infrastructure investment, while driven by gold, could unlock agricultural potential and transform lives across the region. The Dugby project isn't just about rocks and machinery. It's about people. At its peak, construction will employ around 1,100 workers, a massive economic injection into the region. Once operations are fully underway, a steady workforce of 700 will keep the mine running. And here's a crucial detail. The Liberian Mines Ministry, with surprising zeal, enforces a strict clause that mandates 90% of the workforce must be Liberian by year 3 of operations. This isn't just a token gesture. It's a commitment to local empowerment. But it's not enough to just hire locally. To ensure these new employees are skilled and safe, every single worker clocks a mandatory 120 hours of classroom training. This isn't just about showing them how to operate heavy machinery. It covers essential skills like safety protocols, literacy, and first aid. To facilitate this, the company has built a state-of-the-art training center in the capital, Monrovia, and in a brilliant move of community engagement. This center doubles as a public internet cafe on weekends, providing vital access to information and connection for local residents. There's a running joke among the locals. The biggest export from Dugby might not actually be gold. It could be a new generation of freshly certified heavy equipment operators, mechanics, and technicians who, once trained, are so highly skilled that they're headhunted by Ghanaian mines, paying double the wages. It's a testament to the quality of the training and the transferable skills being developed, creating a human capital spillover that could benefit the entire West African mining sector.
And don't let it slip your fingers, oh, don't let it slip your fingers.
A legacy that could far outlast the gold itself. Liberia's mining history, like that of many developing
I'm
nations,
still saying it, don't let it slip your fingers.
The country's last major gold
That
mine,
one country
New
went
Liberty,
through too
left
much
a
already.
troubling
Don't let
legacy.
it slip your fingers.
Rivers in the area were tinged with arsenic and cyanide, and stories circulated of dead fish floating belly up next to children doing their laundry. Past operations, including those by companies like Abasoro Resources, have been linked to widespread pollution, community health issues, and ecological damage, with artisanal mining around gold-rich areas like Sam Beach, exacerbating deforestation and river siltation. It's a painful reminder of what happens when environmental stewardship takes a back seat. The backers of the Dugby project know this history all too well. They understand that even one repeat scandal, one instance of environmental negligence, could sink the entire project, both financially and reputationally. So they're trying a different approach, one built on transparency and accountability. They've appointed an independent panel, chaired by a former EPA minister, to oversee their environmental practices. They publish effluent data online every single month, making their environmental footprint public and auditable. And perhaps most innovatively, they fund a local watchdog organization that has the power to halt operations with a single phone call if it detects serious breaches. Is it perfect? No. No project of this scale ever is. But the early signs are encouraging. Satellite imagery shows regrown vegetation on older exploration paths, demonstrating a commitment to rehabilitation. Community radios, often the most trusted source of local information, report river pH levels back to normal ranges. For a country with virtually zero historical baseline environmental data, this level of obsessive monitoring and public reporting is a monumental step forward. It's a conscious effort to break from
There's
the
an
past
ice cream
and
truck
prove
out there.
that large-scale mining can be done responsibly. Mineral wealth, in theory, should make a country rich. Yet in Liberia, despite its abundant natural resources, the GDP per capita still hovers south of $700. This stark reality is a classic manifestation of the resource curse, where a nation rich in natural resources paradoxically struggles with underdevelopment and poverty. The culprit, as many experts agree, isn't geology, it's governance. Liberia has a history riddled with contracts signed in secret, royalties siphoned sideways into private pockets, and villagers evicted from their ancestral lands, with barely a week's notice and inadequate compensation. Weak regulatory enforcement and limited community participation have only deepened.
I wonder who's gonna come out to buy ice cream. It's too hot.
Is actively trying to write a different script to reverse this curse.
You
They're
can't
implementing
put nothing by them
practices
children.
designed to ensure that the
Them
wealth
children?
generated genuinely benefits the
You
Liberian
can't
people.
put nothing by them.
Instead of backroom deals, they hold public hearings under mango trees, inviting community members to voice their concerns and understand the project. Compensation for land or displacement is paid via mobile money, a system that ensures every single
See,
cent
we
is
talking to
traceable
over here, yeah.
and reaches the intended recipient, bypassing corrupt intermediaries.
Oh, excuse me, guys.
Perhaps most impactful is their innovative royalty sharing formula. 30% of the royalties go directly
How
to
people
county
don't wear
development
that, this
boards, bypassing the
Hey,
central
yeah.
government in Monrovia entirely. This ensures that the money stays local, funding
Exactly.
projects
That's what I
directly
keep saying.
identified
Don't let
and
it slip
managed
your
by the
finger.
communities themselves.
Don't let it slip
Before
your
the
fingers.
capital can even sniff it. The early evidence is incredibly encouraging. County budgets in the project area have already doubled. And the
No one seems to know this, but Robinhood actually pays out $6.2 billion to its users every month. And here's
local high school, which once struggled, finally boasts a science lab with more than just a single dusty microscope. These aren't just statistics. They're tangible improvements in people's lives, offering a glimmer of hope that Liberia can, this time, turn buried treasure into lasting prosperity. So what's the roadmap for this ambitious project? The updated feasibility study, which will incorporate rising gold prices
Yeah,
and
excuse me, I'm in
refining
the
cost
garage.
estimates, is due in the
sweating.
fourth quarter of 2025. Following that, the project aims to secure its full financing wrap by mid-2026.
I got a fan right there, but I push it a little bit off
The
me.
ceremonial start
So
of
that thing start
construction
blowing on me,
should
then I
happen
start getting
shortly
sleepy.
after. If all goes to plan, the first pour of gold, that triumphant moment when the first Doré bar emerges, is slated for 2028. Now, skeptics might understandably note that these dates have slipped twice already. Mining projects, especially those in challenging environments, are rarely perfectly on schedule. But optimists, looking at the bigger picture, point to a crucial factor: gold prices. Since the last schedule was set, gold has risen a staggering 40%. This dramatic increase has fattened the project's internal rate of return, IRR, to well above 50%. For investors, a high IRR means the project is highly profitable and generates cash quickly. If bullion stays anywhere near its current elevated levels, the Dugby mine is projected to repay its entire $397 million capital expenditure in under 4 years. That's lightning fast by industry standards, where payback periods often stretch for a decade or more. After that incredibly rapid repayment, every single extra ounce of gold produced is mostly gravy, pure profit for shareholders, and, crucially, a steady stream of tax revenue for the Liberian government. This project isn't just about finding gold. It's about finding a pathway to economic transformation, with a timeline that, despite past adjustments, now looks incredibly compelling. If you're fascinated by how a single world-class gold deposit can potentially flip the fortunes of an entire nation, then you absolutely need to hit that subscribe button. I've got more compelling
There's a young
West
video.
African mining
My
stories
dear,
on the way.
where you
Diving
at it?
into the
Eh?
project and
You don't
people
forget me.
shaping
I'm
the
on YouTube
continent's
as well.
future. And I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below
Mm.
telling me which gold project you think will be next to break the 3 million ounce mark. And please, share this video with anyone who still mistakenly believes that gold only comes from places like South Africa or Nevada. There's a whole world of discovery out there. The Dugby Gold Project is so much more than just another pit in the ground. It's a colossal wager, a bold statement that Liberia can, this time, successfully dodge the notorious resource curse that has stalked its development since its very founding in 1847, with an impressive 3.3 million ounces in reserve. A government that finally owns a significant slice of the action and benefits directly, and a company betting nearly $500 million on the conviction that transparency and good governance can ultimately outrun corruption. The stakes couldn't possibly be higher. If Pasofino and Liberia manage to pull this off, and all the signs are pointing to a new, more responsible model, this find won't just be celebrated as the largest gold discovery in Liberian history. It might just be the one that teaches the world how to truly turn buried treasure into lasting prosperity for its people.
All right. All right, so our country is kind of small one, though, guys. The first one was the development for our country. It's going the small one. Once they're done with all of that, they need to find a job for the youth. They said they're going to get a motorcycle. Look, let's keep our finger crossed, shall we? Let's keep it crossed. Because anything is possible now. Anything is possible. So we're going to keep our finger crossed. All right. Let's see here. So, all right. So I got to play, I seen this video of our country. I couldn't resist it. I had to come on here and play it for you to see. I was speechless. So here we are. Anyway, so the next one is going to be the secret of success to marriage. Some of you be putting relationship on there, so let's talk about it today. Relationship. My advice to you, some of you, concerning this relationship, look, do your own research. But I think the Bible, I know for a fact, the Bible is the right way to go. That way, footy people don't enter your life and can't mess it up. So you know what I mean? Anywho, that's going to be our last video for the day, shall we? Let's jump straight into it. Guys, anybody have a question, you can DM me. If you don't understand anything on here, if I'm talking too fast, slow me down, because that's my nature. I talk fast, so slow your girl down. If you have any question, if you're shy down here, we are all in this together. There ain't no wrong or right question. We are in it together. So don't be shy. If you don't understand anything, let me know. I'll break it down. All right? That's what it is about. All right? So let's go to this one down here, guys. I'm not here.
Many times,
All right.
make it to the altar because of broken relationship. Then there are those who do get married,
Can you hear it?
and they end up in divorce.
His mic is low.
Broken relationship. Then there are those who are trying to marry again after divorce. Relationship problem. What a struggle. Then there are those who are married and they seem to be doing well. They're the ones they're especially concerned about. Because they don't tell the truth most of the time. They parade in good faith. They pretend
Relationship.
and all.
Do you see Jesus married? Had I be serious for what?
Single and
They just see Jesus got married. He said he got married because he already did. And when you love your little piece of quiet, stay on your own.
The loneliest people in the world.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm always forgetting to keep this thing. I have to keep this on because this is a business phone. But when I come live, then I forget to put it muted.
At least if you're lonely and not married, you could at least go be friends with somebody, go out with somebody. But when you're married and it ain't working, you can't go on like see with nobody. Matter of fact, it's more important for you to not be married than to be married. I wish you weren't. The secret to successful marriage is not love.
Sure is. I just said it. Read your Bible.
Don't marry.
Do your own research,
because
and you will see the light
you love them.
shining bright.
Or they say they love you.
Yeah. You see the light.
Love
Start with the book of Proverbs.
make marriage successful.
Do your own research.
Now your grandmother and your grandfather stayed together, but it wasn't because of love.
That way your foundation
It was because
will be
of
strong.
culture at that time. What we call respect.
Your foundation will be strong though. God the heart. So foolish people don't enter and can't mess it up.
Because 50 years ago,
Let me be quiet.
women were not
You know me now.
outside the home.
Or it can the relationship I'm very experienced, and we can go on here all night long. But I'm gonna let you listen to him.
How he treated her. Some of you got stories
Child.
you could tell me about your
Worry about
grandmother
myself.
putting up with so much and never leaving. Not because she didn't want to leave, believe me, but because of the socio-economic cultural environment it was to her benefit to stay in spite of. He also depended on her because he was not ready to bring up the children by himself. He was not going to clean up no house. He depended on her, she depended on him. Therefore, the unity was based on mutual respect and dependency on love. However, that
You better look for somebody who can cook as well.
now women are out.
Because one day when you get sick, the man be in the kitchen cooking. Make sure you find somebody who can cook as well, not just good in bed. Make sure he can cook. Oh. I'm coming, guys. 5 feet away. Make sure he can cook.
You know, food on the table. Don't let you get stuck in
Make sure he can cook in that in-house. And have it hot like a gold. And not heartless.
with your bedroom slippers sitting at the lazy boy chair. Them days are over.
And relationship. I need some. What I need is some cassava leaf.
The relationship is no longer dependent on dependency. Because he could leave you now and put the kids up for adoption.
Put the kids up for adoption. Lord, have mercy. Hey!
She could leave now and still keep up and living because she's probably making more money than you anyhow.
You go in looking lovely and shining. Eh? You looking like a model. Then when you get out, you looking like a chicken who all the seller has vanished off the chicken skin. Relationship. Hey! I beg.
Now, love is important. We've got all kinds of definitions of love. We'll deal with that later on in about 2 weeks. But this is important to understand that love does not make a successful relationship, especially without the marriage.
Y'all can hear it, guys? Can you hear it?
So I want to clarify some things.
His
I
mouth.
want to begin tonight
His mouth is low.
with a church that I call it the pivot of Jesus' discussion on singleness, marriage,
My dear, Jesus was a wise man. Very wise. And his father teaching him. He took it and bind it around his neck and his heart as well.
Chapter 19.
Huh? Papa was a very, very, very,
I believe it is the New Testament charter
very good.
on relationships. This passage is loaded with Jesus' secret wisdom on male-female relationships. Women get along fine with women.
Mm.
And men get along fine with men. But when a woman and a man get together, the potential for conflict goes up by 98%. Because nothing is as complicated as a male.
My dear, if you want to survive, you worry about yourself.
Now it seems like
You will focus on that self.
complicated than the male. I used to think so. I did my research, read a lot of books, studied a lot of journals, went to a lot of seminars, and I've come to the conclusion that that is not true. They are both equally complicated. They are very different, but they are complicated. God made them that way.
Ooh.
But complication
Now why?
is an opinion. Because complication gets its definition from ignorance. Something is only complicated if you are ignorant about it. Am I right? If you know how to cook this, it ain't complicated. If you know how to make egg macaroni with cheese, it's not complicated. It's easy for you. But for someone who doesn't know how to do it, it's complicated. So a male is really not complicated. And a female is not complicated. Problem
My
is,
daughter's in the kitchen cooking. My dear, what are you cooking? Spaghetti? Oh, that sounds good.
wherever there is ignorance, there is experimentation. So when we don't know something, we experiment with it. That means we keep taking these different tests. We keep testing it to see what works, or what doesn't work, what might not work. That's called an experiment. Because we don't know how and what the results are. Here we find Jesus being approached by some very educated religious leaders in Matthew 19. And these are actually professors.
Guys, do your own research. Don't take anything serious on my page down here. I'm begging you. I'm creating content, so that's what I'm doing.
And it also governed their social relationships. Moses laid down the law. It was not a religious law. It was a law for national development. So the laws that Moses laid down were for a nation, not for a religion.
Mm.
God gave Moses tremendous wisdom from above as to how people ought to live together in the context of
Relationship.
a society. How they ought to live and then marry and then
My dear, you're gonna hear me doing hey.
And here we find in the Matthew, those who claim to be experts in that law asking the question to the one who wrote the law. Let's read what it says. Verse 3. Some of the Pharisees, that's the lawyers, came to him to test him. And they asked, is it lawful for a man to divorce his wife for any and every reason? They addressed him with a problem of divorce. To understand the context of this verse, you have to learn a little bit of hermeneutics. Let's go back and study the history and the environment and the culture. This event is taking place 400 years after Malachi died. Malachi is the last book society was divorce. Matter of fact, some of you are looking at me funny. Let's just take a look at this. I thought I might do things that get that, you might not know what they do. Turn to Malachi. Go back to the last book in the Old Testament. Very interesting. Chapter 2 of Malachi. I want to show you how horrible it was. Matter of fact, during the time of Malachi, a man could divorce his wife for some of the most silliest reasons to bring up. For example, if a man married a woman and she burns the food,
You a divorcer.
he would divorce her.
That's why you have to know who you're getting married.
It was that bad. If a woman went to bed with her husband and he approached her for intercourse, and she
Refuses.
advised him that
Divorce.
in her menstruation period,
Check. Yep, I'm coming, guys. Let me give you some. My coffee.
a woman could get a divorce during the time of Malachi if a man was having a meal with his friends, men friends, and she came in and stayed too long in the room. So we find God prophesying to Malachi.
I'm here, guys. I'm here.
This attitude of this destruction of man.
Attica.
I won't read the whole thing. I want to read the spirit of it. Look at verse 13. God is prophesying to Malachi. He says, another thing, you judge the Lord on your sins, you beat and wail because he no longer pays attention to your offering or accepts them with pleasure from your hand.
Mm-hmm.
You ask, why? Doesn't the Lord hear my prayer or receive my offering? So he's complaining, why does God answer my prayer? Why am I getting any more miracles from God? He says, you ask why? The answer is because the Lord
Read it. I can tell you. You have to do your own research. Read it Bible. You'll find out why.
has the right of your feet. Underline that.
I want to mislead everybody. You go see it for your own eye.
You thought it was only the bridesmaid and the groomsmen that were witnesses. He said, but I was there.
Mm.
And I witnessed you telling this woman you will love her and her only until you die. And I heard you tell this man you will submit to him and be like him until you die. He said, I was present and I was taking notes. Read the next statement.
They were just the mock.
But you were faithful.
And be quiet. It was just the moth talking, guys. You know how they can be blubbering around stuff and don't know what it be. That's the way. That's what it was. That's exactly what it was.
Before you get married, remember now, you are not married now. Please, your prayers are getting answered easier. When you get married, the person you married should mess up your prayer life. The Bible says if a husband and a wife are together, First Peter says this.
Yeah.
It says if you are angry with your spouse, God
Never be with anybody who you never see got down on their knees and praying. Wrong.
you're
Eh?
married now. Your prayer
Wrong. Forest wrong. And don't look back.
You're marrying someone. You're marrying a potential prayer hindrance. You with me?
Mm.
Because if you're mad at your wife, you cannot go in the next room and pray. Impossible. But the scripture says when you come before God to offer your prayers and you know that someone has ought against you, if they don't even offer your prayers, go back to the next room, make it right with them first.
That's good for some of you like to when you and your significant other got into it, and when that come bad time, let me put him on mute real quick.
Focus on the individual first. So it's more important for you.
So let's say you and your partner have got into it. Bad time come. You say good night though. You're there, you're going to sleep. What if the blue lawyer come and say, let me take that one away? Then, can you make that up? No, you can't make that up. You can't make that up. There ain't no way you can go back and fix it. What's done is done.
That's for you to be married.
My dear, all I gotta say, read your Bible, and you'll know exactly who to entertain.
Study it again. Read it again.
I'm telling you.
Don't remember anything else. Whether you are married or not married, that book is for you. You got a whole series of tapes on it. Develop your singleness. I'm singing. The word singleness is interesting word. The word singleness.
The team is already ready, Emory. Did they? The food ready? That was quick. I guess it wasn't a lot.
Alone is a word.
Oh, she's been cooking it before I even asked.
It means to be one of your kind. It's not good for man to be the only one of his kind. Listen, that's true. So there's no one to relate to. God, Adam couldn't relate to animals and birds and fish. He named them, but he couldn't relate to them. So God's not going to man to be exclusive or one of his own kind. I will make him another just like him. So God made him another man, but he made it a female, a womb man, a man with a womb. Same. So when Adam saw her, Adam said, wow, this is bone just like my bone structure and flesh, just like my flesh. There was no hairy stuff, no scales, no feathers. That's the first time you ever saw an animal with no scales, feathers, and hair. He said, wow, this is just like me. He said, for this reason should a man leave his mother and father and cleave unto his wife who look like this, and the two shall become one flesh. He found one to himself. However, Adam was already single. He was single. He was single. He was unique. So, the question is, are you those really? To be separate means that you don't need nobody to be somebody. You prove it. Adam didn't even know he needed anybody. Read the Bible. Genesis chapter 3, chapter 2, verse 18 and 15. In chapter 15, God took the man, put him in the garden, blessed him, work and all that stuff. In verse 18, God said, it is not good. God said, it is God said.
For a man to be alone.
What Adam? I didn't even care.
Now these days relationship is by where the other person can get it. Some go in there to get money. You tell me that what can I be doing just so that some of you go in, you're not there for money. Now these days it's not marriage, it's we call it what do you call it? The name was coming to my head. Business. It's business. It's not marriage, it's business.
Hey, you come here.
It's business.
I want to be married. Lord, please, Lord. Lord, please. Give me a prophecy, brother. I need a prophecy. Now, pray for me.
That is hilarious. It's funny. Guys, we're not making fun of anybody down here.
That you discovered an originality in yourself.
I can't help it but laugh. The way he's saying it.
To be unique means you discovered a uniqueness about you that is so original that you know there ain't no duplicate anywhere. All of a sudden your value goes up in your own eyes. Oh, I am so important. Unique means I got something to offer that doesn't exist anywhere else in the world. And you will be a fool to ignore it. So uniqueness means I don't need your opinion or adulation or approval to feel worthy. Well, that sets marriage free. But most people get married so they can feel valuable. That's why they get hurt so much when someone doesn't give them approval.
Well, you look. You better value yourself. Once your foundations are strong, useless people won't enter. I'm telling you.
Because she ignored you.
And start being nice too.
It's the truth. guys in high school.
Don't be nice.
Every girl was supposed to be. You know why? I was saying,
Don't you be nice either. Cause that they will take advantage of you.
this woman didn't even look at me. I said,
Useless people.
how dare her not look at me? What is wrong with this? Don't she know who I am? She ignored me all through high school. So I got mad and married. You keep throwing yourself on a man. That's why they keep running. Why?
But then now these days, food, baby,
At least
good
you
food,
make your sucker on somebody. Whoa, hallelujah.
good food.
Beauty of being a single person. You can bring me anybody to be somebody. You are somebody all by yourself. Hallelujah. And when you bring it into
Amen.
woo, that's beautiful stuff. Let me close with an illustration. What is illustration? This is my mouth, no famous illustration. Let me see. Smile. Hold up. Don't just like that. Okay? Don't figure out the danger of getting married to an unsingle person. Oh, by the way, let me just clarify. Unmarried and single are different.
But yeah, if you found peace, you better stick with it.
Understand this is very important.
Hold on to your peace. There's nothing like peace.
Most unmarried people
Peace, oh, peace.
think they are single.
Peace be still.
But if you look at the definition, even some married people are not single yet. That's why the marriage is so full of tension.
I seen one woman on TikTok talking about she looking for a husband. I said, child, you're single, you better enjoy it.
It's so
Enjoy it.
lacking worth.
It's not all marriages. Some of them, yeah. Some of them you better wish you're single.
I need you. Why you need me?
I had somebody that's gonna be not a week go by they complain. Not even a day go by they starting drama.
All those statements are true, but they are not single. Next time you people who are married begin to feel like you want to get married, you know that's single.
Yeah, one lady was on there. She talking about. She was on there crying, talking about she looking for a husband. She's getting old. I said, dear, marriage is not for everybody. You better enjoy your life. You see some of that out there, they are broken like a, what it called? When you find peace with yourself, you gotta keep it that way. That team part is not for everybody.
Because you see, if you believe that single and unmarried are the same, then you believe that the solution to your loneliness is marriage. But if you get married,
They say what a woman can do, a man can do too. They cooking or they cleaning or the ladies go, I'm on my life. Bye. You're being nosy. Me and this my older daughter. You can't keep us apart. I left from there, she'll stay here wandering around, going back and forth. She's still here going back and forth, guys.
nothing can magnify those.
Let me be quiet. I'm so sorry, guys. The relationship, I'm only doing it because, that was some of my audience like. So here we are. So let me be quiet. If you left with me, I won't be playing.
Live in a house, sleep in separate rooms, you don't know what's happening. To live in the same bed and sleep back to back until dawn, you don't know loneliness. To live in the same house but don't speak for months
I just said it, going to bed and not saying do that is they want to do. Then when your significant other passes away, yeah, you can cry. It's too late. Hmm?
Let me show you what this is. Let me show you. Let me show you the conclusion of this. How dense it is. This is very serious. Go back to me. Father, forgive you. Push in. Out loud, please. Then the come on. Not 19%. Go. Then the disciples said to him, if this is the situation between a husband and a wife, it is better. I reckon it. He said, if that's the qualification, then well, still got it. All right. I'm going to show you what this is interesting scenario here. I was trying to show this to you get this idea about relationship. Okay. I'm going to show you.
There she go.
Thank you. All right. This is a picture of what you've been taught in your culture. That's it right there. It's called 50-50 marriage. That's why we used to serve. I better half. This is my better half. My better half. Oh yes, she is my better half. And he is my better half. So you spend the rest of your life going around trying to find someone to complete you. The only problem
Why
is
can't you complete yourself?
you complete.
Hmm?
There's a problem in the marriage here. The person says, "Okay, give me myself back." They take themselves back. Now they got a marriage attention. You married me, take care of me. So why are you supposed to do this? Now she's gone. Empty. She said, ladies, my mom didn't teach me that.
Pour into people, you see, he using an example of the two glass full of water. Well, one cup is full of water, the other one empty. You gotta pour into each other, not just one point. Once you find yourself in that spot, it's time to hit it's time to hit the road. See you later. Oh, okay.
There's no such thing.
Oh.
To show you what God intended. Look at Adam. Look at Isaac's family. Do it all there. A man met Eve. What is Eve? Not a single person. Full, know who they are, know why they are, know what they are, know where they're going, know what they can do. And then they meet one another. So you meet somebody who knows who they are, why they are, where they're going, what they can do, and why they're here. Ooh, what a combination. Now when you meet that person, what's this? They decide. Everybody decide. See, it's a decision because there's no lack. There's no lack. So any decision is a decision. We decide that we are going covenant together to combine these powerful acts to impact the world together as a partner with a partner. Now, if you notice, if he gives us some of himself, think what? If she gives him some of herself, it's overflow. In other words, the relationship being based on what I can get from you, that you can take from me, and give me back again. And this training, you know, I really want you to do that. It's pure agape. This person doesn't give because they need something. Give because they need something. This person doesn't give because they're trying to manipulate the other person to get something. We're going to be talking about how to get yourself to that point where you become anybody trying to do it right. You are an asset, not a devil. Thank you very much.
Lawrence, can you come over here? Call Emily for me, please. No, I can take my picture real quick. She's in the car. Jet is in the car. Yeah, you go. But do it over there. Don't do it down here. I'm on it.
Get Hulu Plus Live TV now. Take control of how you watch.
Yeah. What I'm sitting here.
Over 90.
People change when they're ready.
Oh, that was
Not
finished.
everybody.
All right. We are enough with the relationship. I'm done. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. My dear, you do your own research. I'm begging you. Please don't take anything serious or this my page. So this is she created what? Content. That's what I'm doing. So it is up for you to do your own research. By the way, you're gonna love it. Okay? Do your own research. Anywho, thank you so much for tuning in. I should appreciate it. You have a great day. Till next time now. Y'all share my post. All right, guys. Bye-bye. Thank you so much.